thing with you lately,
See,
Abe?
when I do the countdown, I get in trouble. I'm sitting here with my countdown like 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the FBI comes knocking at my door.
What is it you pray for?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 178th episode of Abyssal Musings. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and joining me as always is my co-host Lawrence Knight.
Salutations and greetings to the two people who are watching right now. Which one of them is me? Oh, it's 5. Okay, well,
Yeah, it
people
goes
showing
up.
up. Yay! Yay.
Why am I hearing a bird in a cage?
It's not from me.
I have birds outside. And my window's open.
That might be it.
I've got bats outside.
It sounds like you're getting cussed out. Clifton, do you have a bird feeder or something?
Nope. But I have a roof apartment, so
Scattergun take care of that problem. All right. Well, yeah, I mean, since we're doing the thing, Clifton, how you doing? Great to see you again.
Good morning. Yeah, it's great to be here.
Yeah. A scattergun will take care of that bird problem real quick.
Yeah, but again, I'm in Germany, so
Get a
I
cat.
have one.
Get a cat. Find a cat that you don't like and just throw it out there.
I mean, you could just tell them that you're sending them on an all expenses paid vacation to your oven, being German and all.
Well, it is Europe, so you can just politely ask them to fuck off.
Right. They're not going to do it, but you can ask. Welcome in, Aaron Laura, the Aeronator.
Good evening. I am the Urinator. That is my intro.
Indeed.
The Urinator.
Well, I mean, everybody does.
Okay, Abby.
Abby.
Fair enough.
I had a cousin that used to call me that until my mom whooped the shit out of her.
Abby.
Nice.
Right.
Nice. Speaking of nice, Abe, welcome back. Missed you last week.
Howdy. Good to be back.
Duty.
Indeed.
Howdy doody, yeah.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Well, on that note, first things first, if you'll notice at the top of the chat, you will see pinned Gals Give Send Go link. Yes, we're still shilling that. The needle hasn't moved in a week, people. Just saying. Push it out there for me, please.
Push it like you're giving birth.
Yeah. They're currently sitting at $4,135. Under a $6,000 goal, which I don't think should be too difficult if we all just share it out to everybody and all that shit. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna keep, like I say, I keep shilling this until the goal is met. When the goal is met, I'll stop shilling it. So if you get sick of hearing me talk about it, this is how you deal with that. The other thing,
we'll push it again on the chin wag as well.
Yeah, we're gonna also talk about it on Screaming Into the Void tomorrow, because
I'm actually about to post it right now on my X account.
Awesome sauce. The original link, actually, if you're doing it on Twitter, if you go to Gal's comments or Gal's page, it's the pinned comment at the top. I think it's the third attachment.
I just took it off of yours. You pinned it.
Yeah, fair enough. That works. But that said, appreciate y'all's consideration. Thanks for coming in. We are live currently on Twix, YouTube, and Rumble. If you're in any of those places, drop a comment. Let us know you are here. And we're going to go ahead and say hello to the chat real quick before we get on with the show. First up, we got Old Blindy, who's making fun of me because I'm sleepy. So screw you, buddy, and welcome in. We've also got BTK, who wants to talk about the UFO disclosure. So we're going to be covering that a little bit more tomorrow on Screaming Into the Void. Particularly the UFO disclosure as it relates to all the clergy being debriefed at the White House about the shitstorm that's coming their way with their flocks. But we'll get to that tomorrow. We also have Aaron, Laura in the chat with us. We've got, I already covered Old Blondie. There's Jacob Gallo. Good to see you, buddy. We have Beak. It's pronounced Abe.
Yeah, fuck off.
Zillage in the chat with the alien emoji. Good to see you, my man. All right. As we go along, like I said, let us know you're here if you're watching. Share out the link if you can give. Don't, if you can't, don't worry about it, but let people know that it's there and let people know Gal's one of us, Gal's family. So we're doing what we can to help our brother out. That said, Larry, that's it for intro. What do we got going on tonight, man?
Oh man, we've got some stuff to go on. There is something I wanted to talk about. We'll do that last. And tonight, of course, we are taking a trip to New Mexico for our next eerie adventure, and then we've got some entertainment stuff I want to go over. Just give me a second. I'm still working on this. This post.
Yeah, I can hear you tweeting in the background.
That's not me.
it was the obvious joke. I could not make it.
But before we get into all that, Sam, you told us in the back that you have a horror movie review for us.
A partial review, yes.
He also told us that he was gay.
Yeah. So if y'all recall last week, Larry did give us an assignment. I mean, it was a suggestion. It wasn't an assignment. I'm using the term to whatever. Anyway, to watch a horror movie sometime during the week so that we could talk about it on the show today. I am apparently the only one who did that, and I didn't even finish it. But we're going to give it a go anyway.
Including Larry.
Yeah, including Larry. So the movie that I started to watch, I don't have any idea what year it's from. I think it's sometime in the last decade. Is called Orcs, with an exclamation point in the title, and it's about this illegal miner who back in the 100 years ago or whatever was mining in a national park, right, on government property.
Good, because I was wondering for a second then.
Yeah. So he
illegal miner.
Yeah. Well,
pretty sure all miners are illegal.
Look, I'm tired, man. You're just gonna have to deal with the occasional weird phrasing.
and on government land, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, it's always government land. Didn't you know that? They own everything.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so he's doing his thing, and a legendary park ranger finds him, discovers the man, obviously, and tells him, "Oh, you can't do this. You can't be doing this." Well, he's got a partner who disappears, or whatever, and the park ranger turns his back for a second. This is all in the first fucking 4 minutes of the movie, and the dude's just gone. And then he hears something coming up from the hole that they've just blasted and all this stuff, and he screams and runs, and it's all camera POV following him and all that shit. And then they begin the movie in present day. It's 100 years later. The park rangers are kind of dipshits, and orcs start showing up and eating the park goers, skewering them, and putting heads on pikes and shit. And it's the goofiest, wildest shit.
Hear from the forest is just Allahu Akbar.
Oh no, they don't say much of anything in terms of language. They just start firing arrows at people. There's this whole bit where this old man and his wife are kayaking, right? Or they're canoeing rather. And the old man's in the front and he's canoeing, and he's just like, "Look, if you don't put your back into it, we're never going to get anywhere." He's yelling at his wife because she's not oaring right. She's not rowing correctly. And what he doesn't, what like I said, I'm tired. And what he doesn't realize is that she's got 3 fucking arrows sticking out of her back, and she's very dead.
It's not just dead then. Very dead.
It is a weird, low budget little movie about, orcs, like Lord of the Ring fucking orcs coming up out of the ground to attack people in the present day. And it's surprisingly funny and clever. The characters are actually pretty good. The dialogue is pretty snappy. I was very surprised by it. I would recommend definitely the first half of the movie. I can't tell you how it ends because I didn't stay awake for the whole thing, and that is it. That's the review. So,
Where is that, on Tubi or something?
yes, it is currently on Tubi. Hey, Dom, welcome in,
Tubi
man.
or
Good to
not.
see you,
Of course
brother.
it is.
Now, before we move on, what is this about?
I don't know.
And you notice the emoji, right? But when I look over, and of course I'll pull this up through StreamYard. But when you go into YouTube directly into the chat, the emoji is completely different.
No,
It's
that's
got
that's a whole other issue. So YouTube uses different, emoji stuff. Then StreamYards doesn't always correct it or include it because its emoji library is separate and different. Sort of like how when you're texting, you get a different list of emojis than you do when you're trying to use them in a post on, say, a social media site.
right.
It just doesn't
This
translate over.
mother.
It's like when Abe
You're
uses the
fine.
awesome face all the time in the fucking chat, right? And
Yeah,
it just
I
comes up
get
as a
it.
square.
I get it. I get it. There was no assignment, Zillage. There was no assignment. And it's one movie per month. The month isn't over. The month just started. What are you talking about?
And like I said, I only did like half the assignment, so it's fine. I do plan on finishing it at some point. I need to start watching movies when I'm not like dog tired.
This motherfucker. Okay. Well, I'm glad you agree, Mr. Zillage.
You're getting judged, Larry.
It takes
Oh,
a Zillage to judge somebody.
Oh, I
Abe.
don't like this feature. Right?
What's
Are you
that?
noticing something? Like when you brought up a comment and then you take it back down, now it's like kind of grayed out a little bit
Yeah.
on the StreamYard site. This is apparently a
Oh,
very new
yeah.
thing
Yeah,
where
it's
they're like,
weird.
oh, now you can know which ones you've brought up already and which ones you haven't. I mean, it's like, I get it, but like we're streamers, we can tell. you know?
And you know what StreamYard said? That.
What stream?
Yeah.
That's
Well, you
what
can't
they
bring
said.
that up again, Larry. You already brought it up. See?
Well, you know what I got to say about that. Yeah, sure.
It's the third time, man. You're breaking the rules. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you
StreamYard
talking?
keeps rolling out.
Look at this fool. Don't you forget it. Abe, you see he's pointing at you, right?
They call me Mr. Zillage. Oh man, yeah. No, they keep rolling out fucking new features that nobody asked for and nobody wanted, instead of actually fixing the fucking basic operating software. But whatever, it's fine.
It's almost like what Tupac said about Suge Knight back in the day when he was trying to leave death row. He'll give you anything he'll give you anything you want except for your money.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, and they're still overcharging us for it, but whatever.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's plenty of other platforms out there to use. I mean, and they all crash just as easily. So it's just a matter of
Pick your poison.
it's just which one gets on your nerves the least when you're setting up. And OBS has this thing now where it did this update. So now when people who are using it, when they go to stream, it changes all their settings. It defaults all their settings.
That is happening a lot lately, especially with the updates rolling through all kinds of like software and hardware about, age verification shit that they're getting ready to roll out. They are resetting settings across the board, across many devices and all of that kind of shit. I just had a 2-day fight with my fucking PS5 about audio. Like I've got 10 hours of fucking live streaming with no audio from me, just the game for the last couple of days until I figured out how to fix that.
Yeah, and Sony's catching themselves in a bit of they're locking people out. This whole age verification thing, it's gonna. I know people are getting upset, and they should. It's gonna backfire. They're gonna end up in court because you look at all of these hackers that are breaking into these systems and stealing people's IDs. Someone just got hacked yesterday. And the hackers were like telling citizens, people who had what got hacked? Canva got hacked yesterday. And the hackers are telling anybody who uses Canva, they gave them a website. They say, hey, an email, and they said, email us a certain amount of money for a payment, or we're gonna release your information online.
Yeah.
So all these companies that are pulling the scams and trying to pull this age verification, it's gonna end up in court. There's no other
I
way
mean,
around. It's like, so you're gonna lock everybody out so nobody can use anything. You're gonna end up in court.
I mean, maybe it does, and if it does, great. But still, damage done by that point.
Well, don't use it. You know what?
Well,
People got around for a long time without social media.
Sure. We got
And
along for a
people are
long time
going,
without the internet at all.
yeah. And
Mhm.
people are starting to go back to the old stuff. Even, I mean, it's starting with gaming. They're like, okay, well, you're gonna charge us $79 for games that crash on day one, and then you're putting out slop, and then bombarding our systems with updates because you're releasing games that are half done, and they're half done. In fact, there's a game that just came out, um, or just before it came out, the studio took the game's ending, removed it, and has now made it DLC. So now
Mhm.
people have to pay for the DLC to get the ending to the game.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's messed up.
It is messed up.
But,
But
but
So a
yeah,
lot of
no, we're
people are saying,
definitely going back to we're going back to basics.
"Yep,
If you watch
everybody's going back to
the
the old
new
game."
if you watch the new Resident Evil trailer, they even have wall phone.
Yeah, everybody's like, "Screw it." Okay, we'll just go. We'll just go back to the old stuff.
God, I miss my landline so much. I could just leave my house and ignore it if I wanted to.
Yep. Oh
I
man,
mean, you
I had
could
one.
just
I had
turn
one
your
of those telephone cards where you could go to a telephone booth. They were
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I
those were
read
fun.
that this was years ago. Um, but Brock Lesnar, the pro wrestler slash UFC guy, they were his manager Paul Heyman did an interview, and he said that Brock hates people and he hates telephones, and he said whenever he needed to call Brock, they had a certain time where Brock would go to the phone, and his phone wasn't in the house. It was down the road, a mile away from his house on his property because he had big property. So he put up a payphone a mile away from his house, and that was the only way to get a hold of him because at the time he didn't have a cell phone, and he just didn't he doesn't like people. He even said in the interview he was like, I don't like people.
Yeah.
I'm a solitary guy. I don't like people. And Paul Heyman was like, I gotta call if I need to reach him. I gotta call him at this time on this day. Other than that, if you try any other time, you ain't gonna get a hold of him because the payphone's a mile away from his house.
that's the kind of antisocial shit I would do.
I have done it. I
I'm
should
sure
do it
you have.
again. In fact, I don't interact with people outside of my job and the internet at all anymore. So
Yeah.
Well, you weren't doing that to begin with, right?
it's there was a period during my marriage where my wife at the time was encouraging me to be more social because she was a social person, and she got really sick of planning family days out and going out where sunlight and people were, and me being a kind of a grumpy asshole about the whole thing. So,
I'm sitting there thinking, who do you remind me of? As we were talking about video games, and I realized the main character from Mouse PI, because he kind of sounds like you, and he definitely acts and talks like you.
I don't know that game.
Well, it just came out I think it came out maybe 2 weeks ago.
Hmm.
But I mean, people are playing it. From what I'm seeing, it's a good game from what I've seen.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't.
It's
think I know
definitely
anything
it's
about it.
definitely a game. It's definitely a game that I think you would like. Because like I said, the guy acts and thinks like you. Like there's even like a voodoo chick that helps him out, and he's just sitting there like, man, I gotta put a bullet in her before she gets on my nerves, and she's helping him. He's like, man, I'm gonna blast this lady. He's actually saying this as you walk around. He's like, I'm just gonna blast this lady before she gets my tongue.
I mean, the most recent thing I did where and this was even offline. I wasn't even doing this like streaming, but where the character was, saying things that I might say, because generally speaking, you play a game to escape, right? You play a game to immerse yourself in that world, not necessarily your world. So I don't necessarily go along with the whole like, I mean, I want to see myself in the game, because that's not necessarily the truth. But in this case, the game it's in question is called Cthulhu Saves Christmas. And it's a JRPG. It's a sprite graphic JRPG where you play as Cthulhu with some companions to go stop things like the Rat King from the Nutcracker Suite from destroying Christmas.
Hey, can I ask you something? Is this a Steam game?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not on Steam.
Okay, because I'm wondering. Well, wherever you get your games, is this game in the adult section?
No, it's in the RPG
Tentacles
section.
everywhere.
If you find it anywhere.
Tentacles,
But,
JRPG.
It's not gross. He's just sarcastic and mean about everything.
Yeah, like Mouse PI. Same thing.
But and it's kind of fun. It's also a short game though too. So like, don't spend a fucking if you guys plan to check it out, don't spend a bunch of money on it, because it's it's only about an 8 to 10 hour game all the way through.
Oh, that's short. Yeah.
Yeah. So over on the Rumble side, we have Nazis still here with a link of some kind. I don't see it on the actual Rumble stream either, so that might be. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I guess welcome in. I guess
Probably what.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. By the way, if you see strange links that weren't posted by myself or anybody on the panel or any of the mods anywhere here, Rumble, Twix, anywhere, don't fucking click on them. They're hacking accounts. Just saying.
Wait, what's going on?
Oh yeah, people who send you strange links that look like they come from somebody or might be something you might be interested in. Just don't click on them, because it's been a very big problem lately.
Yeah,
like Goatsy.
Well, I got
Scooby.
I got a DM from Mrs. Sassy Sasquatch fucking 2 weeks ago. I haven't heard from that woman in like 3 years. Right.
Same.
And out of the blue, she's saying, "Hey, I'm doing this thing. Please click on this link and come support me," and all this stuff. And the next day, and I'm like, "Oh, this is fucking weird. We hardly know each other. Why is she begging for my support privately even?" And the next day, a new account came out saying, "Nope, I got hacked. That was my old account. I'm trying to get it back. Don't click on anything they send you."
And after, I think it was her or Scooby after a while was like something about Elon. Like they changed the
Scooby's
name.
been hacked twice now.
Yeah. And actually, that might be why I suddenly have an Elon bot in my fucking DMs all of a sudden too, because I don't see Sassy in there anymore. But
I think it's the devil doing it.
Playing devil,
maybe.
Yeah,
it's in his name.
I don't see him doing that though, because and hear me out, right? It's not that he wouldn't. It's not the devil's purview to fuck with people like that. I'm just saying he really, really likes to stream with other people. He's fucking terrible at doing it by himself. And if he alienates everybody by hacking their accounts, he's not gonna have a penny left.
Well, I don't think he would. Devil's not stupid. I don't think he would tell people that it was him that's doing it. And I don't even think he'd do it himself. I think he'd have one of his minions do it.
Yeah. So no, old blind. That's exactly the opposite of what you should do. It's like, no. Yeah, you should also be wary. I don't even know why I brought that up on the screen. You should also be wary of anything that says Nazis is still here. I don't know. It's Rumble, so I guess they can put that in their name, because you have a hard time doing that on YouTube lately. So, but it's not showing up on the live chat at all on the actual Rumble, so I'm not sure. I don't think that's a legit link, but if it is, sorry, dude, I'm just gonna have to assume that you're a bot.
Mhm.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I like that Larry just keeps saying, "Hold on a second," and the stream is
got
just
no
all
idea what
right.
he's doing.
All right, sure.
Cool.
I'll hold
I
on,
guess we'll
whatever
just
it
hang.
is.
Yeah.
My apologies. I was listening to a very distressed 3-year-old. I hear howling all the way up the stairs.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. You know, though, this isn't an airport, right?
Okay.
Like you could just mute. You know, tell everybody you're leaving.
I did mute.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Hey, hold on a second.
It's it. There it is again.
just hold on, one moment.
Hey, Sam, you still there?
Oh yeah.
All right, hold on.
All right.
All right, let's get this started. So, tonight, guys, we've got some we're gonna go through some entertainment news, and then we'll do the report on New Mexico, and then there's a news report that I want to read, and then that would be it for the night, I think. What is? Hold on a second. I will be right back.
If this is an extension of the bit, I'm gonna be so
I
pissed.
don't know if he's trolling at this point.
Yeah, no idea.
So,
I mean,
man.
he could be falling asleep. Who knows?
Yeah. So, and I do have to kind of caveat and apologize and whatnot to the chat about this a little bit. Part of the shortening is just because, like, you two main co-hosts, the guys running the show here, mostly me, dog fucking tired. I'm not even going to make the pub tonight. I'm going to bed after this. So, you know, it'll be as long as it is. And I do apologize for that. We will be back tomorrow for Screaming Into the Void and all that. Although there won't be, I should probably bring this up. We will not have a Screaming Into the Void next Saturday because I will not be here. So we're just gonna go ahead and cancel the show that night. But we'll be here for Abyssal Musings on Friday. So just putting that out there as a reminder.
Cool. Give me a chance to get some fucking sleep.
Yeah. So I have to go to my my nephew's graduation party, and there's going to be people there that it may or may not be a good idea that I'm in the same room with. So I will be drinking.
Well, at least you're getting out.
Yeah, and if things go well, I will come home and I will be hungover the next day. If they go poorly, I will be hungover the next day in a jail cell. So
Nice.
I'm not planning on doing anything or committing any crimes or any of that stuff.
Yes, you
I'm just
are.
saying sometimes somebody needs a pop in the mouth. Not that I'm
Who's
condoning that.
Zillage? Who's Zillage?
I was talking about my relatives, but if you want to bring Zillage into it, okay.
Wait, you and Zillage are related?
No, not even a little bit, man. That's what happens when you miss like half the conversation because you went. You told us you'd be back.
Well, I came back.
You did.
With snacks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Now
they're
I'm
like
hungry.
these chili lime corn chips. They're like $1 something at the store. Really good.
You can see the resemblance. Okay.
Well, you're both some type of offset of green, so that's on you, Zillage. Alrighty. Hold on. Where is?
I don't know.
Okay. I almost jumped the gun a little bit. So, man, that little girl is really pissed. Sorry, a lot of the distraction was that my wife came downstairs and kept walking past me and stuff. It was causing a distraction because she's trying to get the baby to sleep. So I kept hearing about, there's been a bunch of reboots going on.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
and there's a reboot that caught my eye, and it's a reboot that I was hoping would not happen.
Oh, it's not Orcs, is it?
No. So the original Howling is being rebooted
Again, they already did that like
yeah,
fucking
come
15 years
on.
ago.
again. I mean, and they've had how many sequels, and then they did a reboot. I think like, yeah, I think it was wasn't it like 2011?
Yeah, it was like
where it was
15
like,
years ago. I watched it with my fucking wife.
yeah, it was like Howling Reborn,
Yeah, and
and
it
it was
was
horrible.
it was okay. It wasn't the worst of them.
No,
But
that one I think would be like what the marsupials or
yeah, that's part 3. That's the marsupials. That one's fucking terrible.
terrible.
You know, and
Part-
honestly,
the second one
second-
was just funny.
the second one is funny, but the second one's got a funny title too, right? It's Your Sister is a Werewolf.
Yeah, it's stupid.
True story.
You know, but they're like I think all told, including Reborn, which was the first time they rebooted it, even though it's completely fucking different. There are something like 9 of them, I think, total.
Jesus, that's more than Hellraiser.
No, Hellraiser has 11 movies currently.
I think you know what? There's either Hellraiser's being. I think there's either a new Hellraiser movie coming out or a Hellraiser game coming out.
It's a game. I'm waiting patiently for it, but I can't stream it because it's going to have a lot of sex and violence way past anything I can get away with on YouTube.
Oh,
I
wow.
Well, I
there
mean,
are only like
well,
9
Well, it's
Hellraiser movies.
Hellraiser.
No, there are
Aaron, if you-
11 Hellraiser movies, Abe.
Yeah, Aaron, if you've ever seen Hellraiser, you'll understand what he means.
I'm familiar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that
But
when it
Doug
comes to
Bradley's coming
Hellraiser-
back.
Ooh.
So that's
Is
awesome.
he?
Yeah, he's voicing Pinhead in it. Yeah.
Sweet.
Now I'm very excited for it. It's I forget the title, but I've been waiting for a while now since the first trailer's announced and all that shit. It's gonna be pretty good. But yeah, no, Abe, there are so there's Hellraiser, Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, Hellraiser Bloodline, Hellraiser Inferno, Hellraiser Hellseeker, Hellraiser Deader, Hellraiser Hellworld, Hellraiser Judgment. I forget what the name of the 10th one is. And then there's
Hellraiser
the
Tentacle.
reboot that came out in a couple years ago on
Hellraiser
Hulu,
Reach Around.
where Hellraiser is now a training.
Hellraiser butt plug.
In space? Is there an in space Hellraiser?
Yeah, that's part 4. That's Bloodline. It takes about a third of the movie takes
I
place on
thought
a
that
space
was-
station.
Wait. I thought
Right.
that was part 9. Deep.
No, it's part 4. Although, fun fact, the female Cenobite from the first 2 movies, unofficial name is in fact Deep Throat because her throat is carved out like a vagina.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
but the throat's got teeth on it.
Well, I mean, this one's got wires
Just
in
like
it.
a movie teeth.
that's
Yeah,
a whole other
she-
thing.
Yeah, she'll rewire your plumbing if you're stupid enough to stick it in there.
Oh, you're not gonna get that close, man. it's not gonna.
I don't know, man.
Well
I'll take
done,
what I can
yeah.
get
Sure
these
can.
days.
It'll be like
Pull the
that
whole-
scene in Hellraiser 3 where JP gets too close to the fucking Pillar of Souls and those pistons go slamming through his head. And then later on, he's like, "Oh, it's better than sex, baby," as they're like hydraulically pumping his skull. Anyway, the game's going to
We've
be
all
fun,
been there.
but I won't be streaming it, unfortunately. I really wanted to, but
You'll
it's not
stream it
gonna
on Rumble. He'll stream it on Rumble.
happen. No, don't make that promise. I haven't figured out how to make that shit work. So
People are figuring it out.
I haven't.
You could, well, you could probably stream on X.
Not with my rig. I can't. Not with my setup. I don't have anything
Oh.
that can run the open source software, and I don't have a capture card. I mean, there's a lot of shit that goes into streaming on other platforms. YouTube and Twitch are the only ones that have direct streaming capabilities from a console.
And he's
Um,
actually running this right now from Notepad.
I mean, it's not that far off, Abe.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's-
they're rebooting the Howling, apparently.
Yeah, they are rebooting the Howling. The reboot was one of a handful of new projects confirmed by Marsh and Spearing at CinemaCon, joining Paddington 4 and a reimagining of John Carpenter's Escape from New York. Oh my gosh!
Sorry,
would you do that?
Paddington.
Why would you mess with Escape from New York?
I
With
mean,
The Howling, it
This
was only
thing-
announced that a reimagining of the movie is officially moving forward, but the company held back on divulging any additional details. It remains unclear who will direct or appear in the reboot, as well as when it may start filming. So they're just talking right now, basically. They don't even have anybody directing it.
yeah, but you should
Yeah.
always be leery every time you hear the word reimagine because reimagine has
Yeah.
connotations in this day and
Mhm.
age that reboot does not.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
gonna
shoot,
be
these days,
bullshit.
well, reboot just means that they just gonna sneak some woke stuff and do some gender swapping and all kinds of. They just do it without telling you.
Yeah.
They get you into the theaters and get you to spend some money. Then you're like,
Mhm.
oh crap.
It's also going to be a complete shit show from a writing perspective, too. I mean, like
Mhm.
the image that it's showing on the screen right now of Dee Wallace in mid transformation, that's from the end of the
Yep.
very first movie, which is a good
Sure
movie.
is.
But that scene is a goddamn gut punch, and it was so well done. They're never
Yeah.
gonna reach that level again.
Yeah, that was so sad when she turned, and then when she
That's what I'm
finally
saying.
did turn into the full werewolf, I was like,
Spoilers.
what is that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, well, it's obvious that she's turning, dude. It's not a spoiler at this point.
Right. Oh, I thought you were
But-
gonna say what happens right after that.
Well, I haven't said any. I wasn't. Shoot, but like I was saying, when you look at how the werewolves were prior to that, only for them to, for her to
True.
look all stupid,
That was the she came out looking like the Shaggy Dog when all the other werewolves were these horrifying hulking beasts.
Mhm. Trans wolves.
That's a fair criticism of that movie. But aside from the fact that they made a very ridiculous visual choice, the scene itself is really well put together.
Yeah.
It's an excellent ending.
It was a well put together scene for a stupid looking werewolf compared to the ones that you see throughout the entire movie.
Well, I think what they were trying to go for is that the ones throughout the rest of the movie are objectively evil, where she was trying real hard not to be, and so I think that's what they were trying to visually represent. I agree with you that it failed
Mhm.
in that regard, but I think that's what they were going for.
All the rest were gay as well.
A couple of them actually were, yeah.
Yeah.
One of them was a rapist serial killer.
Yeah, sure was. So,
Come
so
on, we've all
here's
been
what she
there.
looked like. Here's what she looked like at the end of the transformation.
Yeah, she looked a bit like a Scottish Terrier.
Oh.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
Wookiee.
Yeah, and here's what the other werewolves look like throughout the movie.
Yeah, that's one of the things I always appreciated about the movie Dog Soldiers was they kind of kept that whole like bipedal, terrifying aspect of the werewolves in it.
Wow.
Dog Soldiers is great.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, so I guess what you're saying is that the way they looked was indicative of what was in their heart, their soul.
Reflective, yeah, kind of. I think that was the idea.
Yeah.
So, but that other than that, I gotta say, like that first Howling movie is in my top 5 best werewolf movies of all time list for a fucking reason.
Oh, it's right behind. To me, it's number 1, and number 2 is what is that one?
American Werewolf in London.
American Werewolf in London. Yeah.
Yep, that one's also on my list as well as Dog Soldiers because it's an excellent fucking movie. I've got Ginger Snaps, just the first one on there, and then the original Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr. Those are my top 5, not in no particular order.
There's the serial killer you were talking about. What's his name? Walter Quist or something? Like that?
Eddie Quist, played
Eddie
by
Quist,
Robert
yeah.
Picardo, who most people know from Star Trek.
Okay.
Back when he had hair.
He did a lot of monster acting.
Mhm.
Weirdly.
It's funny. I saw an interview with him a while back where he was talking about how Fangoria ran a cover with him on it, saying that they were like, oh, we interviewed Robert Picardo and all that stuff, and they had this image of him mid-transformation on there. And years later, he did this interview. He's like, yeah, that wasn't me. That was one of the fucking prop heads they made. I have no idea why they used that shot, because that was his...
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Oh,
So, but no, good movie, and they really shouldn't. I mean, sequels up the wazoo is one thing, right? You can do sequels all day long and run the franchise into the ground, but that tends to not diminish the first one. Whereas reboots of this type can taint someone's impression of the entire thing
yeah.
for all the
You
way
know
back to
what?
the beginning.
You know what? Hellraiser is one of the few that I think you give it a couple of years in between, but I think it can be a continual movie series because people get a hold of it. There's so much that you can do with it. They get a hold of the puzzle box, maybe the puzzle box, searches their souls. There's so much you can do with it because there's so many people
Yes
in
and
the
no.
world that are evil.
Yeah,
If it's done right.
I get
I,
that.
mean,
I
no,
didn't like the reboot.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not saying that you come out with a new one every year, but I'm saying just as a whole overall, you can release one every 5 years and get away with it.
I don't necessarily disagree with that. And personally, I don't hate the new one at all. But I look at it as a separate franchise almost because it's very different. It completely obliterates the original lore. And
Yeah.
the problem, like I agree to a point with you, Larry, on this, but the problem is that there is established lore as to what the box is, what it can and cannot do. And this lore has been around since, well, I mean, obviously they expounded upon it through the movies, but there's also comic books, there are novels, there are games. There is a lot of extant lore that's mostly been adhered to throughout the series until this reboot where they did kind of throw all of that out the window and sort of do their own thing. Now, as it stands alone by itself, I didn't really have an issue with the movie. I mean, I had some minor quibbles, but if they make a sequel to that movie using the rules that were established in that movie, I have no issue.
You want to expand? You want to elaborate on what those rules are?
Well, number one, concerning the box requiring blood sacrifice to activate, like 6 people had to die in order for it to fucking do its thing, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Secondly, the fact that each configuration represented a different outcome and your choices at the end when the Cenobites finally did show up and you'd made all your human sacrifices and were granted an audience with Leviathan who shows up and is like, okay, which one of these outcomes did you want, kind of thing. I think that that's kind of dumb too. I think that like I said, they just kind of rewrote the entire lore. The box itself is not, a Deus Ex Machina. It's a key to a doorway. That's all it's ever been. Right. And when they started making it like this magical MacGuffin, as opposed to, it's a key. It is not all the things that you need to worry about, but it is a key. I mean, and I kind of get where they were going with the blood sacrifice connection to a point, because in the original movie, Larry Cotton, when he comes back basically as a kind of vampire, like he's feeding off of blood and the living to regenerate himself. So I kind of get that, but it's not the box that they're being sacrificed to, right? It's Larry who's having his former lover and his brother's wife murder people with a fucking hammer in his attic.
Larry, what kind of stuff are you doing?
I knew it. I was waiting on that. On that. I just thought it was going to come from Zillage first.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It was it's Frank Cotton. Larry is the brother. Larry's the innocent one in that movie. Who doesn't know what his wife is getting up to or cheating on him with an ambulatory corpse.
That's nasty.
It's this franchise. I'll say it. The franchise is not for everybody.
Puts across the missionary and the legs fall off mid thrust.
There is a bit. Dude, there is a bit where he takes his skinless finger and rubs it around her lips and sticks it in her mouth, and it's the most disturbing fucking thing.
That's hot. Yeah.
Did you just say that's hot?
Sounds like a good Friday night.
Right. Party.
That's messed up. Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, I talk about these movies because I'm a fan, but I'll be the first one to put that disclaimer out there. They are not for everybody.
No, they're not.
They are not for kids.
Oh no. And you know what's the fucked up thing is I got introduced to the series when I was like 11. So,
I
which might
think I saw
explain.
the first one when I was basically a toddler.
Oh, I didn't see the first one until years later. The one I got introduced to was Hellraiser 3. And the scene that stands out most vividly, because so my uncle had rented both Hellraiser 3 and Under Siege from like our local fucking video store or whatever. And the only two things I remember at that time from that from that age watching both those movies was the scene in Under Siege where Erica Leniak pops out of the birthday cake with no shirt on. And which for obvious reasons, two very obvious reasons. And the scene where the blonde naked chick gets too close to the Pillar of Souls and Pinhead rips all of her skin off with chains and then sucks her flesh into the thing. Anyway.
Wow.
Damn, your childhood was cool, man.
That's one way of putting it. Oh, what's up? What's up, man? What's up, underscore? Welcome in.
Hey.
Listen to some disturbing stuff on occasion, yes.
I think I'm gonna have to ask Sam for if I actually do my homework, what I should do for homework.
Yeah, no, he's right. He's right though. The Cenobites are the least disturbing thing in Hellraiser 1. Hellraiser 1 is mostly about Frank and Julia murdering people with a hammer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Here's the second thing. So you guys remember Melissa Barrera, the chick that got fired from the Scream franchise for making that post about certain countries?
I remember what you said about it. I didn't really follow the story myself.
Nope.
Yeah, so she hopped on the anti country that starts with I, and
Israel?
the whole Palestinian conflict, and she got fired for it.
Goddamn Indonesians ruin everything for everybody.
Yeah.
So
right.
So finally, I came across this a few hours ago. So she broke her silence on Scream 7, which is the newest movie. And pretty much, I'm not going to read all this because I'm not,
real quick, I'm curious. Am I supposed to know who Melissa Barrera is, or is this the only thing she's known for?
Well, she did that Dracula vampire movie after Scream 7, but she and Jenna Ortega took over the Scream franchise. So they are in Scream 5 and they're in Scream 6, which did very well, which were very well done. And so she was set to be in Scream 7. Both of them were, but Jenna Ortega left because she said that she had a conflict with filming Wednesday for Netflix, which turned out not to be true. She left because Melissa Barrera got fired and because the director left. So she didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be there around people she didn't know, so she left. And I'm like, you're 20 years old making all this money, and this chick left. She was the main character of Scream 5 and 6. She basically she's the new Nev Campbell character.
Sidney
and Jenna
Prescott.
Ortega, yeah. So she's the new Sydney, and Jenna Ortega played her little sister. So I was like, if that's me, okay, she's gone. They were gonna build Scream 7 around Jenna Ortega, but she left. So they had to scramble and make up a script to do the movie. So this movie, it just in my opinion, it sucked. It wasn't good. And
yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's if you watch Scream 5 and Scream 6, she's Sidney Prescott's replacement. That's the girl. But she and she has a new movie getting ready to come out that I found out about today. But her going on to Twitter and running her mouth pretty much kneecapped her career as it stands, as far as taking over the Scream franchise, because it was well done. As I told you guys, until I found out, read that interview with Skeet Ulrich, where he was saying that he ended up losing his job because of what she did, because he was supposed to be in Scream 7 as well. So he lost his job because of her. But of course, she came out. She she did an interview, and the interviewer goaded her into running her mouth, and once again, she did it again. In fact, let me see if I can find it.
So she was fired for having an opinion.
She was basically what she got fired for doing what Gina Carano did. But the difference is that what Gina Carano, what Disney accused her of doing, she didn't actually do. But Pedro Pascal had
He did do it.
done the very thing that Disney accused Gina Carano of doing, and they did nothing to him because he's a liberal. So it was fine.
Right,
So what he did was fine. But when she said something that made sense and wasn't accusatory, she just pointed out something. Then they fired her, and then they got sued and they lost.
So I looked up her filmography, and it looks like she's actually done quite a bit of shit, but over half of it is in Spanish, which explains why I've never heard of her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Scream was basically, I think it was her American debut, and then she did some horror movie after she got fired that came out, and then now she's got something else coming
She
out.
was in
So
Abigail, apparently.
yeah, Abigail. She's the lead character in Abigail.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Her. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was all right.
Still got no idea.
that's because you were probably sleeping.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just sort of like the Rachel Zegler thing all over again. Like she comes out and all of a sudden I'm aware of who she is because of all the controversy she stirred, not because I've actually watched anything she's ever fucking been in.
Right.
So
Okay, here it is.
He was one of several underscore. Yeah.
He probably did. He probably did have something to do with it. But here it is. Here's what the interviewer said. Let's be real. The seventh one sucked. Variety interviewer says to the actress at one point, and she just started running her mouth. Quote, I know, and I think they lied about the numbers. I don't think it made that much money because it's reported that it made $207 million, which I believe because nobody knew how bad the movie was going to be until they were in the theater. But she said, but at the stage door, I sign Scream things every night. People who love me from those movies are coming to see the show, and they can't ever take that away from me. Well, they didn't take it away from you. You took it from yourself.
Yeah, I mean she's not wrong.
The studio probably had more issue with her slagging off the movie than they did anything else.
Right.
Well, I mean, she's not attached to Scream anymore, so she can say what she wants. But my point is when you do things like this, it makes it harder for you to be able to come back. Nev Campbell got in a fight with them over money. That's easy enough. You know, she's the lead character of the franchise, and you're paying her peanuts when you should be paying her what she's worth. So that's one thing. But when you have somebody, this just looks like bitterness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Abe's probably right. I think that it had more, like with the Ziegler thing, it had more to do with her being an insufferable cunt online than it did with her getting into it with her Israeli co-star on Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, in Rachel Ziegler's case, yeah.
And
That's
she's
why
also, by the way,
everybody's laughing at her.
Ziegler's doing fine. She's doing fucking Broadway and shit. She just went to the Met Gala where you have to pay a ridiculous fucking amount of money just to get in.
Well, and it's and the Met Gala is by invitation. It's
Yeah,
by
but
invitation.
you can buy invitations. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and then she pulled a retard face throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, but back to Melissa Barra, who is not Rachel Ziegler.
She's better looking for one.
Sam, can I finish my sentence? The point that I'm making is when your career is not, she's not Nev Campbell, and at some point she's gonna want to go back to their franchise. And I don't care what she says. I guarantee you, if they came back to her and offered it to her, she'd take it. But you don't want to be you don't want to be running your mouth like this and burning your bridges, unless that's the point that I'm making with what she did. And she goes, and then and here's where she really made it bad. And they got a quote: Spyglass brought back cast members from prior Scream films. Did that seem scabby to you? Did it feel like those were people basically crossing the picket line? And she goes, oh, 100%. I think they all were, and they have to live with that.
Wait, what did that have to do with fucking picket lines?
It didn't have anything to do with it. The freaking interviewer said what they needed to say to get her to start running her mouth. So not only did she diss the studio, but she just dissed all those actors too.
I mean, that's why she's not invited back, man. Right there.
Yeah, but here's the thing is that when you look at all the actors that were in that freaking movie, they have friends, they know people, including Nev Campbell, including Courtney Cox, and all these other people. They've got contacts with other projects. This sentence right here can cost her more trouble than it was worth saying.
Then I guess it's going to go back to Spanish porno.
I mean, dude, if she did a Wild Things reboot, maybe we could consider her on the Nev Campbell redemption train.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past her to do a Wild Things reboot. and I'm pretty sure one is on the way.
I hope not. They already made 2 fucking shit sequels to that.
They sure did. Alrighty. It is time to take that trip to Santa Fe. Freaking New Mexico. Santa Fe. Aaron, see what you got. You got me messing up.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Santa Fe National Forest Campground. And it's called the campground is called the Holy Ghost Campground.
So it was a good sign?
I guess. But in name only.
Scariest campground in New Mexico. It's said that the Holy Ghost.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you the AI voices they use is a Valley Girl.
Campground in Torero, New Mexico, is one
I hate it. I hate it so much.
campgrounds in the country. You guys, the
read
story
subtitles.
goes that a late 17th century Spanish priest and many Pueblo native spirits wander the area. Many campers have reported seeing shadow figures moving.
Oh,
along
she's
the
more
trails.
terrifying than the story.
Some have reported
Like,
hearing
oh my
Native
God.
American battle cries. Some forest rangers have claimed to see the
hell.
spirit of a man in a priest's cloak walking through campsites only to disappear into thin air. Would you stay at the Holy Ghost Campground?
She sounds like Kesha.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. People name things like that so that they sound less menacing than they are. I mean, you recall the Amityville horror takes place in a town called Amityville. Amity meaning friendship. Just saying.
That's nice.
I didn't know that's what Amity meant.
Yeah, well, it's mentioned in Jaws because they're on Amity Island, which is a stand-in for Martha's Vineyard.
Ah, okay. All right, next one.
Family living in a house in a small town. 2 years ago, a video was uploaded to YouTube called The Witching Hour. The video features a family living in a house in a small town just outside of Socorro, New Mexico. The town's population is 74. Needless to say, this house is in the middle of. There are no houses or even paved streets anywhere around it, which is the story absolutely horrifying. The kids in the video are clearly not actors, and this footage was filmed to help tell the story of what exactly these kids were experiencing in this house. Most of the reporting of the strange occurrences in this home come from the children, which in my opinion is the creepiest part about this. So there were 4 children living in this house, and on separate occasions, they each individually claimed to have been visited by a quote, bad guy.
So we got to be kind of
in the
careful
middle
about
of
this
the
video.
night. When asked what the bad guy looked like, They said something that gave their parents chills. Each child claimed that during the night,
I mean, we can switch.
Well, the only reason I say we got to be careful about that is despite the fact that kids' faces are blurred out, showing children on YouTube is kind of a big issue.
Yeah.
And this coming from TikTok is one thing. Like, they can do whatever they do over on TikTok, but on YouTube, we just kind of got to be careful.
Like I said, we can switch to a different video if you want.
Sure.
All right.
Locals say there's a spirit that appears on the loneliest roads after midnight, and if you see her, death may already be close behind. Welcome to Haunted America, the series where I tell you the creepiest lore from all 50 states. We are now in the deserts of New Mexico. I grew up in New Mexico, so this one is important to me. At first I thought Roswell, obviously, but with the Area 51 series, this seemed redundant. And then I thought La Llorona, but she isn't strictly New Mexico, although heavy in the culture. So I decided to go with the opposite of Elizabeth. Call her La Mala Hora, the evil hour. Rooted in the shared traditions of Hispanic settlers and Puebloan communities, La Mala Hora is a ghostly figure of dread. Folklore describes her arriving with the desert's chill, sometimes as a black cloak lady with fiery red eyes, other times as an oppressive black mist that steals your will and buries your sense of direction. In Spanish colonial tales, she was more than a spirit, she was an omen, a curse of misfortune. Spanish settlers and their descendants spoke her name with fear, recalling stories of travelers who vanished or crashed after encountering her. Indigenous myths blending with these stories added layers. Warnings whispered by elders that the desert had guardians, and this one fed on the living's fears. The encounters are rare and unsettling enough to be popular lore. One haunting account: a traveler on a dusty New Mexico side road saw a woman emerge from the shadows. She smashed into his car, her eyes ablaze with fury. In his rearview mirror, her figure stretched impossibly tall, cloaked in red mist and pointing towards the horizon, then vanished from view. Only later did he feel the unmistakable chill that follows a brush with the beyond. And then there are stories from the old ranch roads. One woman walking home at twilight said she saw a black shape rise from the dirt itself, swirling like smoke until it took the form of a woman in mourning. The figure blocked the road and whispered her name in a voice she swore belonged to her grandmother, who had died years before. Terrified, she ran home. The next morning, she learned that a close family friend had passed in the night. Survivors say La Mala Hora shows up only when an hour is truly cursed, the evil hour. At that moment, boundaries between the living and dead unravel, and your fate may already be sealed. So if you ever
hour, one might say.
driving New Mexico's back roads after midnight and eyes appear in the dark, don't slow down.
Well, it sounds like the story of the woman in black.
She's the hour you failed to
Or
escape.
the woman in white,
New
which
Mexico.
occurs in
Can you
most
tell me you've heard of
cultures.
this one and are familiar with it? I heard about it a few times growing up, and I didn't even grow up in those smaller towns, so I feel like it has to be known. I'm not going to ask how I did because anything other than positive would hurt my feelings with this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about this one. Do you believe in omens of death? What other examples of omens of death are you familiar with?
Well, so death omens are pretty common. I mean, they're like the banshees in Ireland, for example. But the death omens are not, in fact, like the thing that harms you. They're there to warn you that death is imminent. They don't actually do anything themselves. So I don't know, but it's generally, if you see a pair of eyes appear in the dark behind you, it's generally a good idea to keep moving away from them, regardless of what they belong to, first of all. And secondly, this sounds exactly like La Llorona minus the crying, which isn't a New Mexico culture thing.
Well,
it's a Mexico culture thing.
Well, several characters.
Right.
There are several cultures out there that have a lady in
Most cultures have a version of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, it's like I've never heard of this particular one. It might be a local thing.
Now it's a lady in trans.
Yeah. All right. Next one.
Mexico stories. Also, the lights are staying on. Again, y'all, it's storming outside and I'm scared. In
You sound like you, Aaron.
1996 or so, my friends and I were driving at night headed from Albuquerque to Durango. A little past Cuba, we encountered what we could only explain as a flesh pedestrian. At first, it looked like someone on the side of the road, but when it started running alongside of our car and keeping pace, we freaked out and sped away. Went camping one time in Coyote Canyon up near Abiquiu, and after a hike near the campsite, one of my dumbass friends found a pile of bones and feathers, and thinking this jawbone looked cool, brought it back to the camp. Later that night, while packing the food into the cars for the night, something was throwing rocks and grunting, so we each grabbed a dog. There were 3 dogs, all over 80 pounds, and tucked into our tents. Later that night, something big was wandering through our sight, and the dogs were terrified. Till this day, none of us will go back. Was camping with my girlfriend at Jack's Creeks in Pecos. Her daughter and my son were in the
these are
tent
different
beside
stories.
us. About 2:30 a.m., we were all dead asleep. I heard someone call her name, and it woke me up from a dead sleep. I thought someone was messing with us. She had her name on her vehicle since she was a small business owner, but then I heard it again. I was getting my pants and boots on, and she asked did I get it both times. I said yes as getting dressed and headed out the tent. There's a gravel road around the camping area. I didn't see or hear anyone. I walked around, checked both vehicles, sat quietly to hear if anyone was walking around. No lights at all, not a peep. It was never figured out. One of the comments on this story said, Pecos creeps me out for some reason. The area is beautiful, but there's a somber feeling out there. If you've ever been there, please let us know in the comments why it's like creepy over there.
And stopping it.
I have heard some crazy stories from people about their experiences camping around northern New Mexico. I met a guy when I was camping with some friends in the Santa Fe Mountains who was passing through with his girlfriend. He worked on film sets and in between jobs liked to spend his time in the backcountry. He told us about one night when he woke up in the middle of the night in his tent to a blindingly bright light all around, and he wanted to get out and address whoever was out there. But that was the last thing he remembered and said he must have fallen asleep or passed out because he woke up the next morning really shaken up. He told us about how the river flowing through those mountains, like all rivers, is sacred and was a very important resource for the indigenous people that lived there. He said that one night as he was falling asleep, he could hear the sound of drum beats as he listened to the water flowing by his camp, and that he has asked other campers he has run into about this, and many others have heard it too. Some have even heard singing. Okay, the first part of that story is obviously creepy, but the second part is actually kind of beautiful. Let us know if you've ever had a creepy encounter in New Mexico.
Nope, I'm staying out of New Mexico.
Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time in New Mexico. I passed through it once. It's not my place. Real quick, Silage says, "Who grabs a random jawbone?" I can name 2 off the top of my head: Kane and Samson.
Man.
So, I don't know, man. It was a little hard to follow because she kept jumping from one story to the next without hardly a pause in between.
It wasn't a smooth transition.
I want to know what a flesh, whatever it was she said at the beginning. What the hell does that mean?
Flesh person or something?
Like a skinwalker or something, probably.
A flashlight, yeah.
Well,
they're great.
A flashlight.
First thing that pops into my head is the flayed one. Jipe Totec, god of the Aztec underworld. He has no skin of his own.
He has no skin.
Up with a bunch of guns and a bunch of dudes.
He has no skin in the game. He has no skin in the game.
He does wear skin, just not his.
Nice.
Yeah, Aztec mythology gets pretty fucked up.
Like, if these were real beings, just shoot them.
Yeah. All right, so next one. So this is about a particular stretch of land that Sam, I truly believe that you've been on before. Now they've changed the name of the road, I think, to the 491, but people like Sam
in New
know
Mexico.
it. Yep.
The only road I've been on in New Mexico is I-25, as it went through. I got pretty close to both Roswell and Trinity, but I never went any further than that.
Mm-hmm. I think you've been on this road.
Stretch of New Mexico highway so feared. Officials erased its number from the map. Route 666, the Devil's Highway is what they called it. But no matter what they call it now, some say the phantom trucks and hellhounds never left. Truckers swore about a black semi that appeared out of nowhere. Its grille lights glowed like burning eyes as it roared into your lane. Drivers swerved to avoid impact, only to see nothing in their mirrors. No truck, no taillights, just silence. Others feared the hellhounds, coal-black demon dogs that ran beside cars at impossible speed. Their red eyes burned through glass, their jaws snapping inches from your face. More than one driver claimed the beast tried to smash through their windows. And then, the hitchhiker. A pale woman in white stranded on a lonely stretch. Drivers who offered her a ride said she sat silent in the passenger seat until she simply vanished into thin air. Door closed, seat empty, no trace she'd ever been there.
Yeah, that's a pretty common
Route 666 became so notorious that officials renamed it Route 491, hoping to bury the Devil's Highway curse. But for those who've driven it under the desert moon, the stories never died. Phantom trucks, demon dogs, the lady in white, and always the sense that something is following you. So if you find yourself on a dark New Mexico road, watch the horizon and check that rearview mirror twice. Would you dare drive the Devil's Highway? Hit like...
So
Hell no.
here's the thing, man. If you're on a lonely desert highway and there's nobody coming in either direction for a couple 100 miles, right? And it's nighttime, it's real easy to start imagining shit and seeing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking as someone who actually had that, who actually was on a road like that in the freaking middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning. Oh, and by the way, the car broke down. Right across
Did you
the
enjoy
street.
that night?
No, I didn't.
Nice.
I didn't
Mm.
because
Oh.
well, I was 19 at the time, and I went with a buddy of mine from work, and he was 29, and we were in Nevada, and he decided he wants to go to a brothel, and I'm like, dude, it's 2 o'clock. It's at this time. I'm like, it's 1:30 in the morning.
Larry, the things chasing you, they weren't ghosts.
No, it was nothing was chasing us, but I'm saying that there were foxes and things running, just little stuff running across the road.
Sure.
But the car broke down in front of Nevada State Penitentiary.
Oh yeah, sure.
So I just looked over at him, and I looked at my watch, and I was like, it's 2:30 in the morning. You got who knows what running across the road, and we're across the street from a freaking penitentiary.
Yeah.
Cool.
Look, I'm not saying shit doesn't happen. I'm just saying that it's also, there is such a thing as letting your imagination run away with you, and that does also happen. So, and it can be very difficult sometimes to tell the two apart. Like the thing about the hellhounds, when you mentioned the hellhounds, like chasing cars down and shit like that, that's not what hellhounds do. Whatever the fuck that was, if it existed, was something else entirely. Hellhound has a very specific purpose, and that is to come and claim the souls of those who've made a deal. That's all they
Probably
do.
just roided out coyote, something.
Right? Like look up Robert Johnson.
Cocaine coyote.
Hey, coyotes don't get that big, honestly.
If it's high on coke, and if it's roided out, like
hell yeah.
If it's roided out,
yeah, I don't know.
I got my pump on. Hey, come here.
But yeah, like in the lore, like look up the story of Robert Johnson, man. Like the hellhound thing is all over that, and it makes sense in that context because that's what they're for, right? So whatever this was, running people down, trying to drag them out of their cars or whatever, unless that person made a fucking deal, there's no way that would happen.
Well,
and if they did make a deal, they wouldn't have survived.
In Robert Johnson, in Johnson's case, those hellhounds coming to get him had nothing to do with him making a deal. It had to do with him being black and being dragged back to go pick the cotton that he stopped picking.
Oh, that is patently false.
Well, also his name was Johnson, so he's named after a dick.
Yeah, Bob Dick.
Devil had the hellhounds go get him.
Right.
He's gonna.
But my point stands though is like whatever the fuck that was in the video was not hellhounds. I don't know what they were called.
They were roided out coyotes that Devil spray painted to scare the hell out of people. He spray painted them. He put them on roids, and he put red contact lenses in their eyes.
Yeah, and the other thing, the woman in white, you can find a variant of that in every single state in the union, at least, and I imagine in most places around the world, like the hitchhiker, right? And in some states, usually it's raining out. It's always raining out when you see her. So when she sits in your car, she's like soaked and all that. That's how she gets into your car because of the sympathy. And then you drive her home or wherever, and she vanishes on the way, leaving nothing but a puddle in the fucking seat where she just was.
I mean, that's a myth from like 500 years ago in England.
Like I said, a variant of that story occurs practically everywhere. So,
yeah.
You know, It's the same thing with La Llorona and those types. And this, what does she call it? La Mala Hora. I've never heard the term La Mala Hora except as it refers to a specific time of day, which is the witching hour, and not so much an entity. But and it sounds very much like that was the same basic thing as La Llorona, which is pretty
big ass
basic shit.
motherfucker.
Well, you know how banshees scream? La Llorona cries like a little bitch, but it's the same principle. That's what that literally means, is the crying woman. So.
Oh, I'm sad. All right, let's hit this last one.
To Route 491 to quiet the fear, but the locals and those who know remember it as Route 666, the Devil's Highway. Stretching across New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah, Route 666 has a chilling past. Cars vanish without a trace, drivers black out and lose track of hours, and some claim to even see creatures. There are whispers of a black sedan known as Satan's sedan. This car appears behind drivers, tailgating them up to 100 miles per hour. If you don't get out of the way, the car vanishes, but you do not. Others report being chased by giant black red-eyed demon dogs that are faster than any vehicle. Some of these have even left claw marks on the vehicles. Some people refer to them as demon dogs. Others refer to them as skinwalkers. And then there's an anti-gravity time-wiping zone. It's a 3-mile stretch of the highway where drivers have reported their watches have stopped, their GPSs keep looping in circles, and the travelers lose entire hours of time and don't recollect any of it. Some drivers have came through this zone and came out an entirely different person. But nothing is more disturbing than the story I'm about to share with you. This story is from a now deleted Reddit user. The post is titled The Devil's Highway on Reddit No Sleep. After I got out of high school, I had a lot of trouble finding a job. I'd had some problems at home that led me to being something of a firebug. And while I never did any serious damage, it gave me enough of a permanent record to make me a risk to any potential employer. I didn't want to keep working at my crappy burger flipping job, so I called around to what I'm pretty sure was almost 200 businesses all around Albuquerque and beyond. The one that wound up hiring me was a towing company all the way in Gallup, run by a tough old guy named Albert. I was a little more than reluctant to take the job because, you know, it's Gallup, the murder capital of the state. But the pay was surprisingly good, so I packed up my few things and moved 2 hours west. They renamed it to Route 491 to quiet the fear, but the locals and those who know remember it as Route 666, the Devil's Highway. Stretching across New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah, Route 666 has a chilling past. Cars vanish without a trace, drivers black out and lose track of hours, and some claim to even see creatures. There are whispers of a black sedan known as Satan's sedan. This car appears behind drivers, tailgating them up to 100 miles per hour.
So,
a sedan, a sedan, a Satan. Come on.
Yeah. I read a short story once called Satin's Salon, and it was run by the devil. And at the end, when the protagonist finds out that it's been Satan who's been giving her like a perm, she's like, but what the sign? He's like, yeah, that was a typo. But again, going back to the demon dogs thing, like you're talking about two very different things when you say either this or skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are physical entities and very specific physical entities who are cursed to become beasts because they murdered a family member. 9 times out of 10, they're Navajo or Hopi, and probably once upon a time Anasazi when they were still around.
You were married to one, weren't you, Sam?
No, she was Irish. But the whole demon dogs thing, even if we're not talking hellhounds, we're talking some other kind of like, you know, canid thing like that. You're talking about spirit creatures, right? Creatures without physical form. Maybe they can exert some influence in the physical world, but they're not like it kind of sounds like definitions are all over the place.
Yeah.
Like they had AI look this up for them.
Most likely.
Old Blindy's right. You know, Reddit is definitely a legit source, but when she said
That's right up there with Wikipedia, man.
the no sleep subreddit is pretty well known for being like a creepypasta subreddit. It's fictional. It's people writing stories. None of this should be taken as true.
And that happens on a lot of subreddits. It's like, yeah, sometimes people share real shit, but a lot of times people are making up shit so they can feel like they belong.
It's like a lot of those, like, because I listen to a lot of these creepypastas on YouTube, and they get them from the no sleep subreddit. That's where a lot of them come from.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they found
no
El
sleep
Chupacabra.
group.
Well, they don't really know what El Chupacabra is beyond a vague description. So maybe. It's like the name is descriptive of what it does, not what it looks like.
Pretty sure Taco Bell's serving those now.
Right.
Well, they
So
got
okay. So this last thing is so this is actually a news article that I read about earlier this week, and I couldn't believe it. And I actually had even taken it off the list at one point because I just wrote it off as okay, well, you know, an update said it was that it was not real. That's the wrong one. Sorry about that. I mean, it's the right one, but it's not. It's not the one I wanted. It's not the one I wanted to show because that's. I gotta read. I got that up because I want to read that because it's from an exclusive from Daily Mail, and the people that read that they must have a subscription to it. I don't, so I couldn't get the details. But the
Mate,
Daily
I
Mail
wouldn't
had.
read anything from the Daily Mail.
Let me finish. The Daily Mail had more details than the rest than like the other news sites. It turns out, as I found out, it turns out that the other news sites were actually the ones that were kind of wrong. Um, let me get it up.
I mean, that's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing? Really?
I'm not saying nothing.
was a
All
good
right,
joke.
so you see this guy right here, right? This guy, so he's suing JP Morgan Chase. He's saying that his boss forced him to have sex with her. She basically turned him into her sex slave, right? And his name is Chirayu Rana. But he is suing. He's suing because he said his boss Lorna Hajini, um, as I said, was forcing him to be her sex slave, and he said, quote, I was raped, sexually assaulted, harassed, and forced to do drugs by my former boss at Morgan Stanley. Began the 35-year-old Rana's supposed exchange with a bot from the site. So they put
Jesus.
I was then retaliated against for seeking to move groups internally at the firm. So he tried to transfer out. So that's her. Right.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Right. The customer later referred to his alleged harasser as a he as part of two exchanges apparently posted by the site as an example of what it can do for customers. The site did not redact the customer's name, noting at the end of the exchange, as it does for other public chats, a disclaimer which includes askalakashlabakala.com is a public forum and questions and responses are not private or confidential or protected by attorney-client privilege. So the customer identified himself as Rana and then says, asked if his separation agreement over the incident at the time included any clauses about waiving his rights to pursue legal action or discuss the matter publicly. And he's saying that this guy has been charged. That's exactly what O'Blindy. That's exactly how what made me stop initially, but there's more to it. Yes, quote. Yes, I was forced to sign under duress, and then he goes. He filed an internal complaint against Hajini in May 2025, with the company eventually finding no evidence of wrongdoing. Right. So then they tracked her down, found out what that it was him. I was sexually assaulted and harassed by my former boss, right? Um, and then they interviewed him. Now, where it starts getting fuzzy is there were as more reports are coming out. JP Morgan said that this lady Lorna wasn't even his supervisor, but again, you just read that he wanted to transfer teams. So at some point he transferred out, and so they were like, well, she wasn't his boss. She couldn't have done anything to affect him, and we think he's lying. But what I found today is that it's the same one. This might be the same one.
He was gay.
No, so what I found out today is that JP Morgan Chase, and I'm saying this as somebody, as you know, Sam, I was a human resources manager. JP Morgan Chase offered him $1 million. They offered him $1 million when he went to them and made this complaint. No company's going to do that unless they did an investigation and found something. They don't just cough up that type of money. So that in itself tells me the fact that they offered him $1 million last month to settle the matter. That means that they did find something. And when I got this update, I was out somewhere, so I wasn't at home, and I saw it on a different news site on my phone. And when I was reading it on that news site, it was saying that the company had actually interviewed some of his coworkers, and his coworkers actually corroborated some of the accusations that he made, and that's why they offered the $1 million, because they knew at least some of it he was telling the truth enough that he could take them to court and sue them, and so they tried to settle out of court. Now, the reason why he ended up filing and it went south is because his stupid lawyer got greedy and said no to the $1 million settlement and wanted $11.75 million. So his attorney got greedy, and JP Morgan said, okay, then, we're not giving you nothing. So now he's filing this lawsuit.
Yeah, because like $1 million is nothing to them.
Yeah, it's like it's nothing to them. But like I said, no company is going to give you a dime unless you can prove that something happened. They'll settle to keep it from going to court because it'll cost more money. And if he's got any type of proof to even just one of his accusations, now they're going to pay their attorney's fees, they're going to pay his attorney's fees, and there's a very good chance that he's going to get offered a lot more than what they were offering. That's why he got the offer to settle. The companies don't do that unless they found. They're like, oh crap, okay, he can take us for this, right? So and take it from somebody who sued a company for a reason similar to this, not sexual harassment, but just one of my accusations was enough that the company was like, yeah. In fact, the CEO himself actually contacted my attorney and made it a point to tell my attorney that my boss had been fired. Pretty much, he had gotten rid of her, but it was too late. The train was already. They had already gave us the middle finger about settling, and so the train was gone at that point. He ended up. They ended up. We still settled out, but he still ended up paying more than we asked for initially because of what he did.
So it's possible in my mind, because we all know that JP Morgan is a crooked as fuck company and has been for 100 however many plus years since JP himself was alive. It's possible that whatever investigation was going on with this chick and dude's accusations was tied into some other actual fucked up wrongdoing they were doing. And that's where the payoff comes from. And it's also possible that he made that shit up and he was just hammering on a particular, loose thread they didn't want pulled. And so they offered him $1 million to shut the fuck up about it.
when you're a company as powerful as them, I mean, they wouldn't bend over that easy.
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying that he completely told the truth. What I'm saying is there had to be something there because again, remember what I said earlier. I read on in a different news article that they had interviewed some of his coworkers and his coworkers corroborated some of the things that he said that she did to him. It wasn't general, it was specific things. They were like, no, we know that she did do some of these things that he said to her.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just
why
putting
he
it out
got
there.
offered the money. It wasn't attached to something else the two of them were doing. It was because when they did the investigation, people started corroborating his story. They were saying, yeah, she did those things to him. It only
All,
takes one.
all I'm saying is it's possible that nobody involved is an honest person.
That has nothing to
True.
do. True, but that has nothing to do with them being liable for that woman making a pass at him or grabbing his crotch or something. It doesn't take much. Like I say, he can lie all day long. He can make up a whole bunch of stuff, but if one of those things that he says is true and somebody can corroborate that story or he has it in writing or email like I had, that's all it takes. Doesn't matter if he's dishonest or not. If she did something to him and he can prove it, then the company's going to settle. They're going to settle and get him out of there. 'Cause like you said, $1 million is nothing to them. They got more to lose by him going to court. And because of his stupid attorney, now he's got to jump through hoops and go to court and do all this other stuff. When he should have just took that $1 million and left and went on about his way and gave his lawyer his 40%.
Yeah, sorry about the dead air, folks. I didn't have anything to add to that, so.
Well,
Maybe.
I was gonna. Well, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying maybe.
So I was gonna the first video that I pulled up. It had some of the accusations that he made. He said that she admitted her accuser claims she admitted to drugging him with date rape drug roofies on multiple occasions, and during one encounter, berated him as he cried while she performed a sex act on him against his will. So he was crying while she blew him, basically.
So
And
he's a bitch too.
yeah, and it said that
Come
at one point she'd even taken like Viagra and crushed it up and put it in his drink or something like that to make sure he got hard.
Jesus, old Lenny.
Let's see.
It's not. It's still fucking assault. It's still an awful thing that maybe shouldn't happen. That definitely shouldn't happen. I'm just saying that, like,
It's also rather implausible.
Don't fucking cry while it's happening.
It says
smack her around the head and shoulders. Knock her away from you if you don't want it to fucking continue.
Yeah, it says that this looks like that movie Disclosure where he was begging her to stop it, and he couldn't separate it from get himself out of her mouth. But it says,
oh no, it's so terrible. Woe is me. All these drugs
and then it says the lawsuit also accuses J.P. Morgan Chase of enabling the alleged abuse and retaliating against the banker after he reported it, claiming the firm placed him on involuntary leave, destroyed his reputation, and allowed threats against him to continue while Hajini and others went unpunished. So let's see. And then
I don't know, man. Sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, they didn't believe. Of course, they don't believe anything. They're gonna deny it. I'm trying to get to some of the details. Had me crying.
Like him.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I tell you what. Only time I've ever come near tears when I was going down on is when she wouldn't stop using her teeth.
There.
But you told her you like it rough. Okay,
Not that rough. Nobody likes it that rough.
Yeah. Well, hey, be thankful. Be thankful that I'm not reading a news report about the guy that tied a rope to his penis and the other side and the other half to a 2,000-pound car and decided to drag it.
Why?
So
I
yeah,
seriously wonder sometimes if you don't watch like puppetry for like penis
Yeah,
puppetry for
yeah.
fun.
no, I don't. I'm lit. Dude, I
Hey,
go on
look,
New York
everyone needs
Post.
a hobby.
I go on New York Post, and these crazy reports are there. Anyway, so he
No,
claims
you go on the website and you search for dick every day.
I'm not you. Anyway, let me finish.
He's
Let
more
me
of a
finish
scat
this.
man anyway.
Ugh. So he goes. So he claims this year remarked, "Oh, did you play basketball in college? I love basketball players. They get me so wet." And then he said, but later that May, at this point he was known as
Clip
John
that.
Doe. Doe said in a complaint that Gina had invited him out for drinks, but he declined. In response, she is alleged to have said, "If you don't f me soon, I'm going to ruin you. Never forget, I effing own you." And then and then and then it says twice. Doe claimed that Hajini prepositioned him for oral sex in the office. On one occasion, asking birthday BJ for the brown boy, my little brown boy.
This sounds like Jennifer Aniston
Come
in Horrible
on.
Bosses, man.
It sure did. It sure does.
This is just
My
like
little brown
weird
boy.
fan fiction that he's written about his co-worker.
Birthday BJ for my
Like
brown
I'd
brown
swear
boy.
you were reading straight from Penthouse Letters if this wasn't like in this format in front of us.
Yeah.
My little brown boy. While Doe claims he continued to resist her advances, a genie allegedly, let's see, make it, because they're talking during the, it says, so she, let's see, 'cause everybody, okay. While Doe claims he continued to resist her advances, Hajini allegedly threatened professional retribution, telling him that if he wanted to be promoted to executive director, he would need to start pleasing her, according to the lawsuit. "Quote: You're gonna need to earn it, my little Arab boy toy." Doe alleges she told him during a work social event at her private members club. During the same event, he claims she repeatedly groped his groin under the table and spat in her hands, running them over his neck and head.
Bro, this is retarded.
I mean, you know this dude's not a Muslim, because if he was, his family would have thrown him off a building by now for being so gay.
Yeah. Eventually, Doe claims that the alleged harassment escalated into sexual assault. Two witnesses were cited in the complaint as corroborating parts of this account. That's where the $1 million came from. That's why. Doe alleges that Hajini used escalating threats and racial abuse to coerce him into performing sexual acts. He also claimed that she admitted to drugging him with the date rape drug and see let's see and
That's
other
it,
drugs
Hardex,
without
go.
hold on say and other drugs without his knowledge before some encounters to incapacitate him and facilitate sexual activity. So she drugged him and made it so he couldn't move so that she could rape him. Doe claimed that Hajini used her executive status to gain unauthorized access to his bank account to track his every move. Now that sounds I don't believe that.
I don't believe any of it.
This kind of sounds like bad fan fiction.
It does. It says, let's see. In the summer of 2024, he claimed in a lawsuit that Hajini showed up at an apartment where Doe was staying, knowing he would be there. Inside, Hajini allegedly made sexual advances on Doe, which he rebuffed, insisting he was not interested. Quote, "Do you want to get promoted at the end of the year or not?" According to the lawsuit. "Do you want a future at JP Morgan? It's simple. I don't know why you're fighting this." And then apparently she removed her shirt, began fondling her breast, and racially insulted Doe's wife, remarking, "I bet your little Asian fish head wife doesn't have these cannons.
I mean,
Okay,
statistically,
this is
she's
silly.
probably not wrong.
This is insane, made up bullshit.
Think about that. I read it again.
Southeast Asians aren't known for massive tits. I'm sorry, they're just not.
I bet that's what he actually sounds like. Oh,
she doesn't have these cannons.
And to clarify again, I don't mean to be laughing if there's any truth to this, and he's genuinely been fucking assaulted. She should be up on fucking actual charges, not just in civil court.
sure.
You won't know.
If that were the case.
Hey, and I'll tell you something else. You know why I can believe something like this happened? Because my first duty assignment when I was in the Army, when I was overseas, it happened to one of my coworkers. One of our sergeants was doing that to her, and me and my roommate, we had no idea until one day she showed up at our barracks room, knocked on the door, and would not leave. And we were like, "What's going on?" And she just told us everything. He was showing up at her room and wouldn't leave. He was selling stuff on the black market, like selling military stuff on the black market. He was doing all kinds of stuff, things that if I had read just like this, I wouldn't have believed it. I wouldn't have believed it until he got caught. Eventually, he got caught. We reported it, and he got caught going over there.
Yeah, but the difference is that that's plausible, Larry. This isn't.
No, I'm not saying all this is. I'm saying as far as her showing up at his house and stuff like that, it could have happened, but again, his wife doesn't have those cannons. So Doe claims she then forcibly removed his pants and performed oral sex on him against his will. He continued to protest and began to cry.
With his wife there?
I don't know, but it's not over. It says
I refer you to Forgetting Sarah Marshall. If you've seen that movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, let's see. Doe claims she then forcibly removed his pants and performed oral sex on him against his will. He continued to protest and began to cry. Hajini allegedly admonished him for crying and scolded him for failing to achieve an erection. Stop effing crying. You think anyone would ever believe you? You're an effing douchebag who thinks he's hot ass. But you can't even get your dick hard for me. What the F is this? She then ordered him to perform oral sex on her, ignoring his pleas of "Don't make me, please. Don't make me do this." Afraid that she would act on her threats to retaliate against him, he complied with her demands, according to the lawsuit.
Those ridiculous bollocks.
Oh, and here's the best part, and Sam, you'll love this. You'll love this part. So, Doe claims after this, he claimed that she assaulted him again later that same month. During the second encounter, Hajini allegedly ordered him to suck her toes.
Howdy, Mrs. Sparkles. Welcome in to the absolute most degenerate portion of the show.
Hey.
Sparkles.
Hi, Mrs. Sparkles.
Ms.
Hey,
Ms. Sorry, Ms.
Ms. Hey, she was she came in while I was on Ironcast last night.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
yeah,
Miss
she did the pub
Sparkles.
with us a few weeks ago too.
Hi, Miss Sparkles. Why don't she come on our show?
I don't know, because I don't know her very well and haven't asked.
All right, we don't have to get upset.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
She's a good lass.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, hi, Miss Sparkles. Nice to meet you. But yeah, he alleges that she ordered him to suck her toes, and it pushed him to the ground and sat on his face, berating him when he was unable to sustain arousal. I'm very uncomfortable. Please, Lorna. Please, I'm begging you. But she allegedly laughed before making a racist remark that at least his genitals don't taste like curry.
Oh,
fuck
that's
off.
That's. I mean, if we're adding insult to injury here, let's assume, Abe, just for a second, let's assume that this story is true and accurate in its
Why
description
not?
here.
Mm-hmm.
Why curry?
Shit.
I thought he was Arab, not Indian.
Hey, see, Miss Sparkles. Miss Sparkles knew.
Yeah.
I bet you little Asian fish head white.
Yeah, Sparkles has got some cannons on her.
Should have these cannons. Jacob should
Legit.
have cannons. That's best. She remarked that at least his genitals don't taste like curry. That's best. And it says that over the following months, she continued to subject him to overt sexual advances at work and in public, and continued to sexually assault him. It says that she repeatedly reminded him that she owned him. Let's see, where is that? And that she controlled his promotion and bonus, which he understood as a threat that she could block both if he refused. During an encounter in late September 2024, Jeannie allegedly yelled at Doe that he was not bringing in enough business to help her secure a promotion to managing director before again threatening him if he refused to have sex with her. I effing own you. I will make you pay. Do you think you're good to be in good standing if you're not going to have me in your corner? You really think management wants some brown boy Indian leading originations? If you don't F my brains out tonight, I'm going to sabotage your promotion.
This is something an Indian teenager would write.
Honestly, it kind of sounds like something Indian AI would write.
Yeah.
I think the best part of this is the Mickey Mouse voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You know what we ought to do? We ought to have Kohai take that whole section where you were quoting her in that voice and apply it to the $20 is $20 meme.
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't care because everybody's gonna think of that as Shadow anyway. So
it's so fucking funny, man.
Oh man. But yeah, so after that, fearful of retaliation, he claims he relented and submitted to another encounter. His initial protests were overheard by a second witness who was staying in the adjoining room, according to the lawsuit. So he has people corroborating his story. Like I said, which is most likely what led to the $1 million offer. That's likely what led to it, because HR is gonna go talk to that person, and if they said yes, she did that, they're done. The best thing to do, you go back to the boss, hey, offer this guy $1 million, which is more than he, most people get.
Yeah.
And
it's easier just to pay him off.
And get rid of him. Pay him off under the condition that he leaves the company and he never applies for another job with us. That's usually the standard.
Doesn't matter whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
Just paying him off is easier.
It's easier, especially it's one thing if he made it up, but once people start corroborating his story, it's a bit different, because they can't take the chance.
Yeah.
They really can't.
Yeah, Sparkles. But the thing is, the voice in his head sounds like Larry.
Doing a Mickey Mouse impression.
Yeah.
You know what, Abe? You weren't here last week, and I'm starting to think that it was you.
I mean, I get around.
I think it was actually Larry who was doing the voice work for Mickey over in Flash Gets. Let me do a quick side by side comparison here.
Oh, fucking shit!
No, that's
sounded just like him.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Abe, you weren't here last week, and I haven't seen you in around in a while. I think it's you that did this.
Here we go.
I'm really starting to think
on this.
I watched that episode.
I'm really starting to think it was you that did this, because at first I thought it was the guy that tagged me, but now I think he just saw it and was like, "Hey, what in the world is this? is there something do you want to explain this? Because that's what he put when he tagged me. He was like, "Hey, Larry, do you want to explain this? Why should I be aware of you?" But now I'm starting to think it was you.
Do they even have coniferous trees in England?
Probably.
Because if I'm being honest, that looks like somewhere in like the Carolinas.
Maybe I don't know, but like I said, somebody put this doggone thing up and then I got tagged, asking me to
Maybe it was
explain
AI.
myself. I think it was you. I think it was you and this fool right here.
Village gets blamed for a lot of things.
It was definitely Zillage.
Because it takes a Zillage to pull something like that off.
It takes a Zillage to know a village.
Exactly, Miss Sparkles. Explain yourself.
I mean, it could be Shadu. I don't know. He's having his whole ball dropping moment right now, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's going through puberty.
Yeah. Also, military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same time. Lots happening for that young man all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All
Very
righty.
confusing time, especially for a guy that's living with a lot of dudes.
Yeah. All you got to do is remember not to mix up your rifle and your gun, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit in some drunken episodes, that confusion has happened. Not to me, but yeah. I've definitely
That's what every
seen
soldier
quite
says.
a few reports.
That's why don't ask, don't tell was a thing.
And the funny thing is too, well, it's not funny, but when I was in the military personnel that was doing stupid stuff, like shooting, playing around, drinking too much, shooting themselves in the foot and doing all this stuff, majority of the times they were officers.
Oh, no, okay, so we're talking about two totally different things. When I say rifle and gun, I'm referring to rifle and penis.
That too.
That was a Full Metal Jacket reference.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Yeah,
saying,
I
I'm saying
what we were
it's
talking
a
about.
military movie. No, I'm saying that actually that stuff happens. When I saw Full Metal Jacket, I was in basic training when I saw it. The drill sergeants made it a point to show it to us, and they explained that it was a cautionary tale, and that they weren't going to get shot like like that drill sergeant did. They were like, "Yeah, you come at us. Just remember, we're all infantry. Some of us are rangers, blah blah blah." And they were like, "Yeah, we'll get you before you get us." And a few people that tried them, yeah, they found out real quick. I saw guys mouth off to them, disappear for about an hour, and show back up with black eyes and bruises all over.
Yeah. Speaking of mouth off, or in this case, the inverse, sounds like you got some splaining to do, buddy.
Hey, what's wrong with your voice as my sight? Wow. Abe, you want to explain yourself?
Kind of fucked.
Abe, were you with Lorna? Did she move on to you? Are you her little green? You're her little green boy. You're her little green boy.
This is edging closer and closer to Michael Jackson.
It is.
Abe's too old.
This one of these days, man. I'm gonna get you to record a version of Billie Jean, and I think that'll be hysterical.
I did that. My mother did that when I was 6. It's been done. I've been recorded. It's been done. So.
Oh shit.
She said not by choice. Wait, Abe, are you not her side piece by choice?
Yeah, this is a very rapey situation.
It is a little bit, yeah. Yeah, she wants to see me in a milkman's uniform.
Abe, Do as you're told. Just comply.
Cry.
Abe,
I'm
look
gonna
at that
ignore
photo.
Larry.
Abe, look at that photo and do as you're told. Nobody's gonna blame you.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't say no.
And Abe, you can even wear your Green Ranger helmet.
Well, that's the problem, though. Do I keep the helmet on and have the milkman
should.
uniform?
You do whatever she tells you to do.
I
Probably
mean,
would.
unless you want her to ruin you because she owns you. Got nothing, huh?
Yeah.
You're just like, okay, fuck.
She can ruin me if she wants.
Blindy said. That's a good little green boy.
Sit, Abe, sit. Good boy.
I would just, and he would love every inch of it. Every inch of that strap on. and it'll be great.
I think you'd find that she would enjoy every inch of me.
Well,
thank you, sir.
As long as we're bringing up
You're gonna use a
strap-ons,
strap-on
balls or no
on her.
balls.
The fruit debate.
Oh, shit hurts now. We gotta end this, man.
Well, this took a turn.
Goodness.
I'm so fucking tired.
She gonna bend him over. All you hear is, "That's my little green boy."
Oh, we're terrible fucking people.
Take a breath, my little green boy.
Yeah. No, we all going to hell just for laughing at this.
You're going to hell. I'm not going there.
I'm going to hell because I actively made fun of it.
At least
like I know why I'm going to hell.
Man, you talking about awkward. Where's Devil when you need him?
Oh, this is. You know what? actually, this is kind of right up his alley.
Well, Abe, it looks like you're safe. Well, maybe you'll get maybe Miss Sparkles will give you a good spanking.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, if you're real lucky, she'll take you out on the Senate floor like with Devil.
That's my little bad boy.
I mean, she just wants it.
My little bad boy.
Who am I to say no?
Well,
you're her little bad boy.
I'm a little Green Ranger.
Yeah, we got it. We got to end the show. We got it.
Oh boy. and look at Zillish grifting.
Oh man.
All right, let's go around the panel. Oh man,
Wow.
my wife probably hears this. I'm gonna have to explain.
Yeah, you're gonna be in trouble, buddy.
Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs. I can see it now. I'm gonna go upstairs. She's gonna look right over at me in the bed. She's gonna say, "You got some explaining to do, my little black boy."
Oh, I'm
black
so
boy.
glad in moments like this to be divorced.
That's my little black boy.
What's up, Andy? Welcome to the end.
Oh man.
Oh,
on, Sam. That's my little black boy.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ever let Amira hear this shit because she'll use that.
She uses it anyway. Oh
I
man,
know.
you guys. Man, remember she was yelling at me a few weeks ago after we got off after that outburst I did on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
woo! You
Yeah.
guys ain't heard yelling. You guys have never heard her yell. We've heard her yell. It is not pretty. It is not pretty when that woman is mad.
Yeah.
Man, you were pissed off though.
Yeah. No.
Well, I had also I had only slept 6 hours in 48 hours. So by the time we got off, when me and Sam were talking about it afterwards, my speech was slurring and stuff, and I slept like all. I didn't wake up until like 1 o'clock the next after, like 1 o'clock later on in the day, and I got up and I was like, "What the hell did I do?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh,
funny, though.
well, I suppose on that note, Abe, since you seem to be the man of the hour, why don't you go first?
My little black boy.
Find me everywhere.
My little
Abe's gonna
black
get
boy.
you.
Go on, my little black boy. I mean, I'm talking about myself now. Go on, Abe.
Lawrence is the Black Ranger.
Indeed. I didn't even
the
notice you
Black
cammed
Dino
up, man.
Ranger. Yeah, he could turn invisible and have super speed. Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah. Abe's gonna get you everywhere that Abe can.
Even with handcuffs on.
Right? Well, I mean,
and a sore bottom.
Speaking of,
from
Beck, I hate myself for this transition. Speaking of sore bottoms, Aaron, Laura, where can people find you?
Wow.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
You're not. Yeah, I'm
Publicly,
the
I'm
Aaronator.
very sorry.
Yeah.
Aaron, I'm sorry. Aaron, I forgot you were in the panel. I'm sorry. We have a lady present on the panel.
Larry, where was
Sam,
my disclaimer when Sam said that?
Sam is a bad influence on everybody.
Right.
That's why devil doesn't. When you make the devil too embarrassed to show up on this show.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I know it's fair.
The devil looks at the stream and goes, hell no.
No, fuck this. I'm going somewhere else.
Fuck this
I'm
shit,
going to the
I'm
other
out.
side of hell and I'm going to stay there. That's exactly what he said.
I don't fucking know, Zillage. Anywho, Aaron, please do your outro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Aaron. Yeah. What? Y'all can find me here on Friday nights and in the chat on Saturdays. That's my outro, I think.
That's good. That's good. Oh man, Clifton, you're up.
Yeah, no, just a small little thing. Brandon got a second strike on a video that he created like 2 months ago. So
Was it AI? Did it have AI in it?
No. It was just a copyright claim.
Oh.
But yeah, so we're gonna be over on Rumble later today, so that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Larry, do you want to show all 3 of your channels?
Yeah, I have 3 channels. You guys can click on them and join them if you want. As far as what I'll be doing, you can catch me right here again next week. And also, I will be on Rose Gallery tomorrow on Iron Oxide's channel. And I'll probably be joining Ironcast with him also, probably on Thursdays. So, and got some other stuff in the works. I'm working on a book. I'm starting a class for creating board games. So I've been doing some networking. I just touched bases with someone about starting a comic. So doing my thing and just trying to get myself out there.
Indeed.
Cool.
Indeed. And for everybody watching, the links to everybody's YouTube channels, at least, are in the description below, including all 3 of Larry's, because I did add in your newest here last week. So.
Gaming.
The gaming channel. Yeah. Nope. Let it go. Let it go. We're almost at the finish line, man. Don't. As for me, this is my channel. Obviously, I am Samuel the Infamous. You can find me here every Friday night with my co-host Lawrence Knight and company for Abyssal Musings, this very show right here. Also on Saturdays, we do a show called Screaming Into the Void. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk a little bit about alien revelations and a bunch of other shit. So stay tuned for that. Normally, I would shill Beelzebub, but I'm not going to be on the pub tonight. But if you still like that sort of thing, go check them out. Beelzebub starts in, 25 minutes, some shit like that. So definitely go check them out. Otherwise, I will be helping out with Exiled Lioness 2 if and when she goes live, probably tomorrow night. And then we got game streams pretty much for all of eternity because Crimson Desert never fucking ends. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody on the panel, especially Larry, who puts these things together for us every Friday and works his ass off to do so. So shout out to you especially, but also to everybody who shows up to hang out with us. And we'll see y'all soon. Remember, folks, it could always be worse.
You could be a little green boy.
Bye, everybody.